Hello and welcome back everyone to yet another episode of Nimby Rails. And we are here at Lodz Fabricina, and I was just about to say that this station is not looking busy at all, and now even the last train is leaving. Ah, that is sad. No, actually it's good because we want running trains. Lodz is like west of the main core network. That's where we left off. And first of all, you can already see I did a little bit of building. Second of all, the low passenger numbers are explained by that Lodz is just somewhere in the west and not really connected to the network. So the passengers who do spawn here have limited possibilities, and the spawn rates, let's say it like that, are not favorable yet. So to change exactly that, let me activate the lines overlay. And you already know what black lines mean. It means I have done a little bit of scheduling. We have set up the lines, I think, 2 episodes ago, and I absolutely refused to do them. Now I did, because we need more passengers at Lodz. You can see it here, the intercity. Arriving into Lodz, 17 passengers. We can check out Fabricina, and we can go to show passengers by weighted line stop. We have 23 people waiting, and 11 of that are for the next IC. That one we can ignore. So there's not a lot of passengers. Let me check out this one. 19 people only. Yeah, so not that good. For the lines, first of all, let's start a little bit different. I have checked out new trains. Before, on some of the regional lines, I have been using the PKP EN57. You can find that train on the Steam Workshop. And for the regional lines inside of Lodz, I decided to upgrade it to the EN71. Single traction, but still quite a high passenger number. Not too long, not too big. You can see it here. 4 of 5 I've already set up properly. This one I need to tell to run a scheduled shift. Let's go to schedule. Let's tell the train, okay, he already understands he has to take run number 1 because there's only one train, one run. Yeah. Let's go through the lines, shall we? Really quick. So we have line number 1, which is it actually the shortest line? I mean, okay, it's 10 stops, 29 kilometers. The other short line is 28 kilometers. Okay. We have another different shorter line. Then let's start with the shortest line. It runs from Segirs down to Vychev. Super simple one when I activated go to passenger service. And at the same time I copy out the colors, put the colors in. You can see the train spawns at Segirs. And it then just runs this single track line on the northern end of the city through the northern, I would say, outskirts. I don't know Lodz, but I would bet that's the outskirts. We have one single double track station. I still decided to run only one single train between the 2 stations, as I think that there won't be too much demand, and buying a second train would be good for the passengers, would be good for the people, but also so expensive. So if the line runs well and we see that there are a lot of people waiting here, then it's time to upgrade it for a second train and change the schedule so that they meet here at Marisin. But until then, that's what I wanted to say, until then, we don't need to. Line number 2, the other short line we already talked about, it runs a very short track from Kaliska to Vychev. So going south through the southern outskirts and then going up next to the core of the city to Vychev, taking the shorter line. Also here, super simple thing, 1 train, 1 hour. The entire route is double track, so no need to be scared. If I do need to do any upgrade works, I can just throw in a second train. So far I decided to go for 1 train per hour because we have a huge network of trams later down the line in Lodz, so people can take the trams or the train. And I also believe that if there are too many passengers or if we need more trains, you can see it here, everything is double track. So I can just throw in more trains. Especially now for the beginning, I think we don't need too many trains. And also later down the line, I don't think that that will be a problem. So let's get to line number 3. Simple and the longest one. It also runs from Lodz Vitsev to Sigirsk, so same like the short route, but the other way around in the circle. Now where I see it, I could have made it one line from Sigirsk to Sigirsk, but this way we have split up into 2 lines. This one, 1.5 hours in distance, 3 trains, which means 1 train every half an hour. Let's put it also into passenger service. And now the basic task is to wait. Let me check out the trains. Yeah, those 3 are waiting to spawn in. I think now it should be only 2 more, but you can already see it here. I've sped up the time obviously, but okay, 4 people waiting, train arrives, takes 2 people. Yeah, it's not yet filled with the amount of passengers we need for those trains, but the trains are in place, people are happy, at least now before the ride. And yeah, when I just click through them, low passenger numbers so far. Maybe I could also have taken the smaller train, but that is something I could switch around in the future. Maybe I do if I schedule a line to Lodz, then I put in EN 57s and then switch the schedules so that the 57s run inside Lodz, the 71s run to Lodz. And when we already talk about lines going up, I've built a little bit around. We have Kutno station now, and I will just build it because we will be working this area very soon. We have the single track line coming from Lodz, we have the double track line coming from Warsaw and Lodz. So this upper line, I won't add the direct regional, not direct, but the regional trains, I won't add them for now between Warsaw and Kutno, because I want to set up the IC to Poznan first. I mean, yes, we have the high-speed line, but I also want to have the intercity service on the slower tracks. It would improve service quality quite a lot. Yeah, I concentrate talking and building. Sometimes isn't that easy, but having a slow intercity works, I believe, way better than having only the high-speed tracks. Of course, we have taken care of all the people who need high speed and who are just arriving at Warsaw and then continuing on towards Poznan, Berlin. But for those people who are going from Lodz or, for example, Kutno to Warsaw, when they have an intercity service running through here, then they will also be way, way happier. We have another, again, a warning. It's again waiting at a signal, so not important. And then the single track area, the single track line here, it has double tracked stations, which is good for scheduling, because that way you can be sure that it fits no matter what schedule you want to run on it. Just have them arrive in the proper time slots in proper stations. I mean, here, for example, Irakza, or how it's pronounced, single track, but you also don't need to have a passing there. And then Polnok, for example, double track, single track, single track, single track, and then again here, even triple track, but when it comes down to stops, it's double track, and again single track, double track, and you know how it goes on: single track, double track, double track stations. So finding passing spots on that one is super, super simple. And when we're ready to talk about it, where are we actually coming from? So Kutno has Lodz Frapesina. That is an interesting decision I made back then. Okay, so then let's take platform number 3. And yes, I will stop on these stops here. I haven't even named them yet, but we will stop there. We will skip this one and then go in here. And then this the proper way. How to set up a line again. It is sometimes so horrible about this game. You just set everything up and then later down the line you find out it doesn't work like that, like the way you wanted it. But yes, passing with Betonia, going into the last station, and I believe we will go down here. So when I activate the lines overlay, we arrive, we don't really touch the main line, and then it goes down onto this platform. So what I want to do is also name the platforms. We will start from this area because I believe that the main building may be up here. So in this area where platform 1 and 11 are, and then we just go down 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is number 5, number 6, and the train we just set up will arrive at platform number 7. So okay, for my to-do list, go to, is it Lithuania? It should be Lithuania, and fix the trains there. There are a few places where I still have red signals because I haven't scheduled that properly, so that's on my to-do list to fix. But before we actually fix that, let me go into lines, let me copy this one out, paste it in here, and now I will do again a little bit of scheduling because I want to have these 2 single track lines to Kutno and to Lodz done, and then I'll be back in a minute to show you how that looks like and if I found challenges along the way. Yeah, single tracks are so lovely in Nimby Rails because easy to do but hard to wrap your brain around. I talk too much. I'll see you in a second. So it was again a small second, let me just speed up the game. I have created one of the 2 lines. I feel good about myself. So both trains are in, decided to go with the EN71 of course for the original lines, but I kept the EN71s inside the city as well, if there's ever a future demand that justifies exactly that. Let's set the line to Lodz into passenger service so that the trains can spawn in and passengers can spawn in, and we can start to make money on this line as well. And I faced a small bad situation. I had to start a depot at Kaliska, so I tried not to, but I need parking space down there. And when we go up to Lodz, I just decided to use a small stump of a rail, of a track. I'm not sure if I can throw in trains here, in the middle maybe? But this also looks more like train distribution rather than something where I can park trains. And then up here, oh, okay. Up here I can park trains. Glad that I just found that out. I mean, I built it, so I should have remembered it, but yeah. Parking spots at Lodz. We have at least some. And I mean, the station also will maybe feature another line down here to Skrzynewicz. It will feature the line from Warsaw to Kutno, but nothing more. So, okay, maybe the IC from Warsaw to Poznan, but yeah, that will also more or less just stop or maybe even pass through. I don't know yet. But no matter what, we have one of the 2 lines in. There was the little bit harder one, and I just searched for a passing point somewhere in the middle. 2 hours for the full trip, so 2 trains, 1 train per hour. And now I will do the same thing for Kutno, very fast. And then this region, the regional expansion of Lodz is done, at least the northern one. And then we go to the southern one day. Maybe it's time to move on more like to the west. But yeah, down here, there's also a few things we can build, and Radom is one of the stations that I now have as a destination from Warsaw, as a destination from Lodz. So maybe we could also go south towards Radom, but we will see where it takes me in the next episodes. but for now it takes me to Kutno. And after more or less scrambling somehow to get this line through, we have the line from Fabricina to Kutno. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird line. You can already see it here. Fabricina, 22 minutes of wait time. The train needs 2 hours and roughly 10 minutes to complete the line. That's a bit sad. Option number 1 is expand the line from Lodz, Fabricina to Vitef, for example, so that we have more service on that small section. But I think we don't really need that. So I decided to give it a waiting time at Fabricina, a wait time at Kutno, and a bit of a wait time along the way to manage the passings, because mostly single track line. And yes, we have 22 minutes at Fabricina. We have, let me check it out, 21 minutes at Kutno. And then we have along the way 5 minutes at Sigirs Polnok, so up here in the north, to wait for the train from the other direction. So all in all, a little bit unsatisfying how long the trains will be standing, but let's turn the line into passenger service so that we have trains between Kutno and Lodz. And yes, as I already said, the expansion towards the north of Lodz is actually done with that, more or less at least. I don't think any lines split off here. No, they don't. So we have this weird thing here. I don't know what that is supposed to be when I have a look at the overlay. Then we have this down here, and then we have this line down here. So leaving towards Pabianice, and then on towards Sieradz, I believe. That is also a line that we will work on next. That's on the southern expansion, but yes, this is the northern expansion. It's actually it. So we won't see northern Lodz again too soon once I do the trams, but I don't know if I will make a video about it. And for that, I can only say thank you for watching. The network is growing again. We have 1, 2, more or less really new lines. We have 3 scheduled lines. So 5 lines I worked on today. And the line from Warsaw to Kutno is waiting for the IC before the regional trains come in. So maybe that should be the next goal. ICs to Potsdam via the old slow tracks. And yeah, maybe that's a good idea to work on that next. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I have a playlist of all the videos of this Nimby Rails series where we started in Tallinn nearly a year ago. So I don't want to say watch it, but if you haven't seen them, the videos are slightly different, but I still like them and you may like them as well. So thank you for watching. Have a nice time, have a nice weekend, and see you in the next one when it's time again to connect cities in Nimby Rails. Bye bye and have a nice one.